Zach with Web3 Reviews. Thank you for being with us. Today, it is Monday, April 28th, and we're going to be talking about the crypto market. Let's go. Remember that none of this is financial advice. Look at this picture of David Schwartz dressed like he's ready for war, man. We got the U.S. Army Schwartz right here. Check this out. 589 Bull is connecting the dots. He says, David Schwartz just changed his profile picture to military fatigues. Let that sink in. The CTO of Ripple, the architect of the XRPL, now publicly shows himself dressed for war, wearing U.S. Army tags and a black star above his head. He knows exactly what he's doing. This isn't cosplay. This isn't marketing. This is a signal to the people paying attention. We are entering the end game. The old financial system is collapsing in slow motion. The new rails, XRP, real-world asset tokenization, CBDCs, cross-border liquidity hubs are firing up in the background. Global debt, derivatives, and settlement risk are coming to a head. It's time. Not just prepare time, deployment time. XRP isn't a meme. It isn't a trade. It's a financial neutron bomb that's been waiting decades for the right moment to activate. Strap in. May I remind you that David Schwartz back in the 80s had a patent on cryptography. I want you guys to look at this. I'm not just making shit up. During the 1980s, the NSA was a leader in cryptographic research, focusing on secure communication systems, encryption algorithms, and early forms of digital security that would later underpin modern cybersecurity. In 1991, the U.S. patent for quote-unquote the computer system was filed in 1988, but it was granted in 1991. David Schwartz, aka Joel Katz, is the one who filed this patent. All right, and while it was called computer systems, it focused on a multi-level distributed computer system designed for distributed processing. Grok says that this is relevant because while the patent itself isn't directly about cryptography, it's tied to Schwartz's broader expertise. Distributed computing is foundational to cryptographic systems, especially those requiring parallel processing for encryption, decryption, and secure multi-party computation. During the 1980s, the NSA was heavily invested in such technologies for secure communication and intelligence processing. So Schwartz's work on distributed systems would have been highly relevant. I just want us to think about that. This dude was doing work in the 1980s which was highly relevant to the creation of cryptography. He was there, man. And nobody knows who the guy who was Satoshi is. I just saw a post that said somebody thinks that Satoshi was actually AI from the future. It was somebody big who said it too. I'll try to find it. It was CZ from Binance, man. CZ from Binance was speculating. This isn't something he believes in. It's just like when I make a joke, man, or when Eminem makes a rap bar. You don't gotta believe in something to speculate on it, all right? I could say I think that giants were real in the past, man. Even though I said I think that, I mean, I'm still speculating, you know? I'm not saying I'm firm in my belief. Conversation for a different time. But CZ is speculating that Satoshi Nakamoto was AI from the future. Dude, what is this, a Dragon Ball Z episode?
It seems the time to put my androids to the test has come. Ah, yes. Android 17.
Who was Bitcoin sent here to defeat? The banking system? Well, we've already decided that's bullshit. Now the banking system is going to be picking up Bitcoin. I don't think that's the answer. I think it was David Schwartz and co. Let's get back to this research on what Ripple did and how they came out before Bitcoin. Who is Ryan Fugger? And what was Ripple Labs? So let's talk about the origins of Ripple Labs and Ryan Fugger. There's Ryan Fugger. I don't know. All right. He's a Canadian software developer. He's credited with conceiving the original idea behind Ripple back in 2004. At that time, he launched a project called Ripple Pay, which is more a conceptual framework than a fully fledged company like Ripple Labs would later become. Fugger's idea was to create a decentralized monetary system based on trust networks within social and business relationships. The core concept was to enable peer-to-peer credit through a system of IOUs. Essentially, if you trusted someone, you could issue them a credit. And that credit could be used to pay others within a network of trusted connections. For example, if person A trusts person B and person B trusts person C, A could pay C by routing credit through B. So this is what Grok says the idea was for Ripple Pay on day one. Fugger was inspired by the inefficiencies of traditional banking systems, especially their relevance on centralized institutions. He wanted to build a system where individuals could directly exchange value without intermediaries, using trust as a foundation. This was well before the rise of Bitcoin and blockchain, so his ideas were quite visionary for the early 2000s. So back in 2004, Ripple Pay was launched as a working platform that was more a prototype than a commercial product. Importantly, Ripple Pay in 2004 wasn't a company like Ripple Labs. It was a project, an idea, and a proof of concept platform run by Ryan Fugger, who was working independently. The actual formation of Ripple Labs as a corporate entity came later with different players involved. Enter Jed McCaleb, Arthur Brito, and David Schwartz. Around 2011, Fugger's Ripple Pay caught the attention of a group of developers and entrepreneurs who saw its potential but envisioned a more scalable blockchain-based implementation. Jed McCaleb, known for founding Mt. Gox and later later, Stellar. Arthur Brito and David Schwartz, who has a background in cryptography and distributed systems, as we discussed, approached Fugger. They proposed taking the Ripple concept to the next level by building a new ledger system focused on fast, efficient cross-border payments. In 2012, Fugger agreed to hand over the Ripple project to this new team. He sold Ripple Pay to them. Fugger has since stated that he was happy to pass the baton, as he felt the new team had the resources and technical expertise to realize the vision on a larger scale. At this point, the company that would become Ripple Labs was founded as OpenCoins. So XRP originally was called OpenCoins, and then it was changed to Ripples, and it was changed to XRP. Look at this. This is what the question I proposed to it was. It was more of a question, more of just, hey, talk about this. The idea of an exchange rate peg in the context of instant Forex transfers was brought up in the government by 1994, okay? This ties into a broader discussion about stabilizing international finance systems during a period of rapid globalization and technological advancement. BIS and CLS development. BIS was already concerned about settlement risk in Forex markets. In 1996, the BIS published the Allsop report, which highlighted the need for a system to reduce Herstat risk in Forex trades. This eventually led to the creation of the Continuous Linked Systems, COS system in 2002, which allowed for payment versus payment PVP settlement, ensuring both sides of a Forex trade settle simultaneously. While CLS wasn't about pegging rates, it addressed the same underlying issues of settlement delays that an instant transfer system in 1994 would have tackled. In 1994, China unified its dual exchange rate system and pegged the yuan to the US dollar at a fixed rate of 8.7 to 1. The peg, which lasted until 2005, was part of China's strategy to stabilize its economy during rapid growth and integration into global markets. While not directly tied to instant transfers, China's peg demonstrated how governments in the 1990s used fixed rates to manage Forex volatility, a key barrier to real-time cross-border payments. Even with the peg, the technology in 94 wasn't ready for instant Forex transfers on a global scale. Real-time settlement required not just stable rates, but also standardized messaging, interoperable banking systems, and robust digital infrastructure, things that would only mature in the 2000s with advancement like the CLS and the expansion of Swift's capabilities. Okay, comparing Swift's capabilities to XRP involves looking at two systems. All right, that's what we're asking it to do. We're asking Grok to compare XRP to Swift's current capabilities. We know that Swift came out in the 1960s, but what has it been upgraded to? Grok's saying it's been upgraded. Swift has modernized itself with initiatives like Swift GPI, which is the Global Payments Innovation. Launched in 2017, GPI enables faster payments with about 50% of transactions settling within 30 minutes and most within 24 hours. According to Swift's own data, despite this end-to-end settlement still depends on the corresponding banking network, which can introduce delays. The XRP ledger is designed for speed. Transactions on the XRP ledger settle in 3 to 5 seconds. This is because XRP operates on a decentralized ledger with a consensus protocol that doesn't rely on mining. Unlike Bitcoin or Ethereum, XRP can act as a bridge currency, enabling near instant conversion between fiat currencies without the need for intermediaries. Winner is XRP. Its settlement speed of 3 to 5 seconds far outpaces even Swift's GPI best case scenario of 30 minutes. Swift had how long, man? From 1960 to 2025. They had 65 years. The best they could come up with was a possibly 30 minutes if you're lucky, maybe 24 hours, maybe more than that if there's a banking delay between the corresponding banks. Swift didn't do shit, dude. Swift had all this time and they didn't do fucking jack. More, Swift transactions can be expensive due to the involvement of multiple intermediary banks, each charging a fee. Costs can vary on the banks involved, the currencies, and the transactions route, but fees typically range from $20 to $50 per transactions for international transfers, according to industry estimates. Additional costs can arise from currency conversion fees and operational overheads. Swift Go, launched in 2021 for low-value payments, aims to reduce costs. It still operates within the correspondent banking framework. XRP Ledger is extremely cost-efficient. The average transaction fee on the XRPL is fucking 3/1,000,000th of a penny. Okay, 3/100,000th of a penny. I don't even feel like reading that. As noted in Web 1. This is because XRP transactions don't require intermediaries, and the ledger's consensus mechanism is lightweight compared to proof-of-work systems like Bitcoin. Ripple's ODL, on-demand liquidity, which uses XRP as a bridge currency, eliminates the need for pre-funded accounts in the correspondent banks, further reducing costs. XRP is the winner here. Its near zero fees are a fraction of Swift's, even with Swift Go's improvement. Looking at scalability, the winner is XRP again. While Swift handles high volumes, its scalability is constrained by the correspondent banking system, whereas XRP's blockchain architecture is inherently more scalable. You don't see where this is going? XRP right now is sitting at $2.30, the fourth biggest cryptocurrency out of all 30 million cryptos in existence. This shit's not a joke. This shit's not a game. If you're not on the XRP rich list, you're in for a future of pain. You got to get on this list, man. XRP is the one. You think I'm here bullshitting you? You think I'm here making videos 5 days a week? just because that's what I like to do. It's cryptotherapy for me, man. I got this shit stuck on my chest, dude, ever since I fucking found out about XRP, and I took my trip to Japan in summer 2019, and these guys told me that Bitcoin wasn't that inherently valuable compared to real technologies like XRP. It fucking opened my eyes, dude. It opened my eyes. You know how many documents are out there in Japanese talking about XRP and SBI and global banking systems being upgraded? Dude, there are a lot. And the thing is that without a proper translator, you can't really read these. English to Japanese does not translate well at the same rate that Spanish to English translates well, all right? Kanji doesn't translate well to English, man, and English doesn't translate well to kanji. You don't know this until you go and you try to show somebody your phone using Google Translate, and they look at you like you're insane. And then later, a Japanese person will show the same thing to you. They'll bring a phone to you. They'll be like, hey, I translated this using my Japanese. Here's your English. And it won't make any sense at all. You'll be like, what the hell are they trying to say? It's just two different languages, man, because the way that Japanese is structured is almost like Yoda talk. They say what they want to say at the beginning, and then the rest is the filler. We kind of hit the filler at the beginning, and then at the end, we hit what we want to say, all right? I mean, think about that. How does English language work? I don't know, man. All right. The point is that I'm getting at, though, is that Taiwan, Dubai, the United Emirates, Japan, these countries have seen value in XRP. Let's be honest, Bank of America, Bank of Canada, Bank of England, their banks have aligned themselves for success. They have. Honestly, everything else that's been happening could have just been a great distraction technique to pull your eyes off the fact that this is the moment of the greatest transfer in wealth in human history, at least the one that we know about, right? Because we're going online, dude. We're going digital. We're going to XRP. Grown men will weep because they're going to realize they fucking missed the boat, not once, not twice, but 3 times. They missed the 2000s and they didn't get enough Amazon and Microsoft stock. They missed Bitcoin in the 2010s, and now they're going to miss XRP in the 2020s. Man, that sucks. Don't be that guy. Get on the XRP rich list or forever kick yourself. It's like we're at the fucking altar and the fucking pastor says, hey, speak now or forever hold your peace. Dude, it's time to speak now if you love that bad bitch, all right? Speak now. Get on the XRP rich list. It's not too late. For 7 years, we were sitting between 20 cents and 50 cents. It didn't cost much then to get on the XRP rich list, but you had to have future value. Let me tell you this, dude. $5,000 is not a lot now to get on that XRP rich list. You need 2,500 tokens to be in the top 10% of wallets around the whole world. Get on the list, man. What are you waiting for? You think it's going to go down? I think it's going up, and I've been saying this for 7 years. It has felt like the night before Christmas for me for 7 years. Every day I wake up and I check that crypto price, just like a kid running down to see if Santa came. I really do. And then I go look and I see what the researchers like Smoke are talking about. How we doing, Smoke? Institutions still signing up? Yep. We were just talking about, for a lot of this episode, how in the 80s and 90s and 2000s, David Schwartz, the NSA, governments talking about Forex, and Ryan Fugger were all working on multi-bank networks, okay? And here we have Smoke Dog. Multi-bank networks being put forth by the private sector will become the dominant force for cross-border payments using tokenized currencies by 2030. Bank consortiums are already piloting new settlement systems and testing ways to exchange tokenized currencies on common ledgers. The convergence has already begun. As soon as global regulatory clarity for a digital asset is established, banks will have no reason to stay fragmented. They are set to rapidly converge on shared networks, abandoning legacy systems in favor of unified tokenized settlement rails. Come on. This is everything we've been talking about. This has been in the works since the 1980s. This goes back to that post about David Schwartz being the general, man. He's been working on this. This is the art of war. This was not an overnight move. This wasn't even a 10-year move. We're talking about a 40-year move. We're all playing checkers. David Schwartz is playing Mahjong, man. Come on. And you know if you walked into some backroom gambling house, that's where you would find the likes of the wizard David Schwartz, man. Dude, I went to ETH Denver in hopes to meet the wizard, man. I can't believe I didn't get to meet him. Maybe next year, dude. I don't want to say I'm following him around like the Grateful Dead band, but if David Schwartz says he's going somewhere, I'm going to tune in, man. I'm going to tune in because the wizard, follow the wizard and you follow the moves that the wizard makes, okay? The wizard isn't going to fuck around here, dude. This guy's brain's like a magic 8-ball. You want to say that Bitcoin was made by an AI from the future? I'm just saying, who was it sent back to beat, dude? You got David Schwartz and these guys actually building the real tech. I think that was just funny speculation. Like CZ had just smoked a spliff and he was feeling good, dude. So let me just call Twitter. Fuck with the plebs. Zach with Web3 Reviews. It's fun to speculate, man. It's fun to speculate. Satoshi could be anyone. Satoshi could be me. Oh shit, dude. It could have been the Green Candle Boys. It could be like that guy Kid Boo, you know?
Where'd you grow up?
South Florida.
I guess you were born in Jersey?
Yeah. Originally, my first gen. I'm a second gen now. That's why you see the celebrity bursts say I'm born in Toronto, but that's false. My first gen was born in Jersey. However, I was cloned by Clonate in Canada. My model number is 0112568, if anyone wants to see the registration in Clonate. When I was cloned, they wiped a lot of memory, but When I stole the documents before escaping, I read.
We're on his second gen at least, so far as he knows. You know, he thinks that he was reborn in a cloning factory, Clonade, up in Canada. Who's to say he wasn't? Dude, I'm just saying. It could have been the Green Candle Boys. It could have been recloned at the Clonade factory. I'm just talking shit, dude. I'm a shit talker. That's what I'm here for. Zach with Web3 Reviews. Have some fun. Live a little. It's Monday. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.